Second. And then I am going to give this gorgeous specimen of a human an amazing introduction. So I hope that you had a chance to read Kat's blurb. So Kat, I just grabbed all of your information off the Team Isagenix site, so that the team who are on here, could read a little bit about you. But I will appreciate that you will go into your story. But I wanted to tell everybody that, and really help people understand that you are just such a normal woman. You're a PE teacher and you have a heart of gold. And, your story of determination and really longevity in Isagenix and in this business, I mean, longevity, I say 4 years, right? But, your story of determination for you to get to where you are in terms of your goals right now is just something that I think everybody can learn from, because you are stunningly beautiful. Your body is stunningly beautiful. Your results and your accomplishments are stunningly beautiful. And I am just thrilled to introduce you to these guys. And I haven't sent you questions, but I'm just going to ask you some questions as we go along with this, that I think these guys probably need to hear from you. So yeah, but come on in, lovely girl, and go ahead and introduce yourself to the small team, and then share your story. I'm just going to put some people on mute.
What are you crying for?
What? Parul? Oh, Parul, if you can just put yourself onto mute,
She wants
lovely.
something. What do you want?
Oh, just wait for a second. If you're there, if you can just ask Parul to mute herself, because I can't do it from my end right now.
Anita, you need to mute you.
No, I think everybody else is muted. Hang on 2 seconds.
Good girl.
We're all good. Off you go, Kat.
There we go. I'm unmuted now. Just want to thank you, Lisa, for asking me on. It's a real honour and a real privilege. You could choose anyone and you chose me. And there's been, sometimes you just click with people, and you're one of those ones that I've just clicked with and you guys here have got an incredible leader. So she's real. She's just human like us. And she just wants the best for everyone. And I can't thank her enough for all the time and effort she pours and believe she pours into me. Definitely one of the reasons why I'm here too. So thank you, Lisa. So a little bit about me. My background is I'm a PE teacher, and 4 years ago I started Isagenix because I was sick of being tired all the time. I got to a point where I just wanted to sit down while I was teaching, and I knew that wasn't normal. So a friend of mine who introduced me to the products, I just said, yes, look, if all else fails, I'll get my money back. And 30 days later, I had lost weight, which I didn't expect. I actually thought I was going to put on weight because it was a thing, and got my energy back, and absolutely loved the support of the community as well. So I'd never experienced such support and love on me to progress through some challenges that I'd experienced. Continued to enjoy the products, and in 2014, at the end of that year, I had a few injuries, so I was struggling to really enjoy being active, and I ended up breaking my toe as an extra thing and turning to the gym. And during my time, I had a go at 3 IsaBody challenges and failed every single one. When I say failed, I got to the end and I hadn't changed, and I was fine with that. I thought, well, I haven't really given it my best effort. But I kept going back, kept trying, kept saying, this is the one. And it was when as I was saying, I broke my toe and I couldn't play netball. I couldn't run. I was also a pole dancer, so I couldn't do that. And I thought, well, all I can do is go to the gym. So I made the decision to commit to an IsaBody challenge with the support of a strength and conditioning coach, so that I could have the goal of gaining the strength I needed to pursue my pole dancing. There were some things that I was doing that I just didn't have the strength for. And that became my goal, was to do what we call an aerial handspring. And throughout that time, I just set myself goals to stick to my plan, stick to what I was given, and bit by bit, week by week, the changes happened. It was challenging, yeah, at first, but then I quickly adopted the mindset, and this is probably where I've become successful, is that everything I was doing was, is this getting me closer to my goal, or is this going to put me further back? So if I was, for example, had a morning tea and I had what I'd planned to have for the day to eat, I basically said to myself, if I go and have, that morning tea that's at work, being a school teacher, you have them in the staff room all the time, that's not going to get me close to my goal. So don't do it. It's simple. My goal was so strong inside of me that I didn't want to sway from it. I was putting the time and effort and energy into my training, and I wanted to make it work. At the end of that IsaBody challenge, I managed to successfully do my aerial handspring. I don't even recall what my stats were on body fat loss or kilograms, because that wasn't what it was about. It was about something beyond the body, something that was greater than just the norm. So at the end of that, I then went on and had a go at competing in my first fitness competition. I'd always been curious, and I'd never seen a transformation, myself transform like that. So I think it was 2 months after I finished my IsaBody challenge, I stepped on stage for the first time and placed first and second in my comp. I then went to the national level and placed second and fourth in my divisions, which essentially qualified me to compete internationally. And by the November, I placed fifth in the world in Las Vegas. And I've just continued to love the products. I know that these work. If you ever get stuck, it's not the products, it's what we're doing. They do work. I've had them taken out of my training plan, and I noticed that my results stalled. I just didn't have the right combination in. And once we tweaked our plan, once I found the method that worked, I got through the little plateau and continued to smash it, and have built incredible muscle, continued to be successful. And as I was saying, with that mindset, I continue to do IsaBody challenges, not because I think that I'm going to win the IsaBody challenge, but I know that I've got to be in it to just stay accountable to, who doesn't want $200 worth of free products? I mean, honestly, that's why I start, complete and repeat all the time. So now I'm actually 8 weeks away from competing for my pro card. So when I would go pro and I place in the bodybuilding world, that's when I can earn some prize money. So I think, something like $6,000 for first. Third place is $1,000, and then, something else in between. So you guys can do it.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Have you got your medals? Did you bring your medals to show people?
I'll just grab them.
Okay. All right. So while she jumps up and gets and grabs her medals and brings them back, because you need to know that this is as Kat touched on, she did have a period of injury. So she hasn't always been a fitness competitor. So I would encourage you to jump onto her Facebook page, so Katrina Wood, and you can go through her photos and actually see how normal she was at the very beginning of her isogenics journey. And then just by having, you know, I guess, what was a bit of a shit thing happen, which is her breaking her toe and her not being able to be as active as she possibly could. There you go. There's all her medals. So hopefully you can see all them in the background. There's a fair swag of them. And Kat, you can hear me. So how, like, when you come back in, let's just touch on the short time frame that you've won all those. But, you know, so Kat had this very, you know, I guess this detrimental thing happen, that she broke her toe and that she couldn't be as active as possible. So now a lot of people would have sat in the mindset that was, oh, you know, that's a terrible thing that's happened to me. So I'm just going to let everything that I want to do in my world in terms of my health and fitness fall by the wayside. And I guess that would, in a way, be called the victim mentality because they had a bad thing happen. Except what Kat did was she looked for a different way, a different solution for her to continue to get her goals. And that was that she changed her training methodology. So we know that some people may not be training right now, and if you do fully want a recomposed body, you will have to start to train. There's no secret in that. You know, nutrition and what we're doing with isogenics and moving will, of course, absolutely allow your body to get rid of body fat, and will be able to maintain the muscle mass and build on that slightly. But if you are looking at actually recomposing your body, then of course you will actually have to start a training program. So, you know, you will need to look for a trainer in your local area, or you can contact us and we can put you on to people. That's no worries. And generally somebody that has some isogenics knowledge, because a lot of PTs out there will just tell you that isogenics is crap, which we know that it's not. But yeah, just something to think about. Now, just tell us that small time frame again that you got all of those medals, because it's spectacular, honestly.
Yeah, and I think of it too that's, I think, 18 months. It's about 18 months worth there. And essentially, I've been on, we call it a stage walk. So I've had, I think, 18 stage walks, and only in the INBA, they look at, the significance is the top 5, and only twice I haven't placed top 5 out of the 18. Yeah. So that blows me away. I cannot believe that, but it's happened. And I guess the next step too is that I've had a pelvis problem since before Christmas, and it's been really challenging, really, really challenging, because all I've wanted to do is develop my muscles in my lower body, and it's just not been happening. So that's been the biggest struggle this year. All I've done is just kept training what I can do, not what I can't. Even to the point where I was back in the pool swimming. I needed to do my cardio sessions, and that was all that I could do was swimming. So I took myself to the pool at various times. I even stopped during one of my sessions and thought, what the heck am I doing? This is just stupid. But in saying that, I got started again because I knew why I wanted to be doing this. It's just a short-term problem, and I can say that I've just come back from doing a leg training session, and it's a great feeling that you just keep persisting, keep chipping away. And I truly believe that I've got a really good chance in my next competition, because I've continued to build the muscle in all the other areas. And even I cannot believe the change that I've seen just from continuing with what I can do rather than focusing on what I can't. Keeping my nutrition on point, following the steps, and not just going, oh, look, I can get away with it this week. But no, you can't, because every time you let yourself go, you're putting yourself further back. And that's something that I really do believe in. Awesome. Is you've got the choice with what you put in your mouth, and everything has a consequence. What consequence do you want to have from what you eat?
Yeah.
Do you want it to be a positive one or perhaps not quite so positive?
Yeah, beautiful. Well, I hope that everybody actually has a pen and paper and they really wrote down what you said, what you said then. If they don't have their pen and paper, that they have the phone, and that they may want to make that line that you just said their screensaver, or something that they go to, and maybe it can become people's mantra. I focus on what I can do, not what I can't. And that's a beautiful, that's a beautiful quality of yours, because I've been privy to a lot of your training, and of course we're in the same training group. So I honor your realness, because I've seen these breakdowns happen, but I've still seen the way you've been able to pick yourself up and continue on towards your goal, because your goal is very important. So I just want to tie it back to the group for a second, because whilst we're not all we're not fitness competitors, but there's a correlation between things that break down in our real life. Yeah. So we might have a bad day at work, we might have bad days with our children, and things are just going wrong. So in correlation to your life with your pelvis, we may think in our real lives that things are going really bad. And so then we're focusing on all of the negative things, all of the things that we can't do, instead of having this beautiful can do focus and attitude. And really, if there's one thing that you're going to take out of this call for you to continue on this 7 weeks strong, it will be continuing to focus on the things that you can do and that you can do well, and to really clear yourself of that can't do attitude. I love it.
Something else I want to add in there too that set me up for success in my first fitness comp was I didn't want to get to the stage and wonder if only I'd done that extra 5 minutes, if only this hadn't happened. So you guys don't get to the end of your 16 weeks and go, I wonder what would have happened if only I had. So that's another sort of powerful thing that I've continued is I don't want to get there and wish that I'd trained harder or wish that I'd done this better, because you can make those choices now and not get to that point of regret.
Yeah, beautiful. Now you touched a bit, but we've both talked about the support side of things. So of course we have this beautiful New Year kickoff group, and this is support, and we have our larger teams and our larger support pages. What's one of the other tools that you could suggest that people really plug themselves into, looking for that little bit of extra support?
Someone on a similar journey, and that, someone that sometimes might struggle, but is a source of positivity as well. So don't find the person that says, oh, it's okay to have that, whatever sweet thing or whatever you're preferring not to eat. Don't find the people that will say, yeah, just this one time will be fine, because that's not the mindset you want to be taking on board. So really getting to know who really has your back and really connecting with those people. So finding an accountability partner and just being honest with them and saying, hey, I've got a cleanse day coming up and I'm going to be, stuck. Like for me, I was at Celebration with doing a cleanse day, and I found the people that would support me to complete my cleanse, rather than those that would say, oh, it's okay, it doesn't matter, you'll be fine, you don't really need to. But in actual fact, that wasn't what I needed to hear. I guess for me, I'm so headstrong. I live by myself and I don't have a trainer, so everything falls back on me. If it's to be, it's up to me. No one else can do this but me. But yeah, I guess accountability partners are awesome too.
Excellent. Yeah, beautiful, lovely. I love it. Like my sister and Anita, they're on this call, and those guys are amazing accountability partners. So I would encourage anybody within this group, is if you actually don't have a physical accountability partner near you, and somebody that's going to be compassionately truthful towards you is kind of what you're getting at, Kat. Not somebody that's going to enable you to cop out, but somebody that believes in you and your goals and is going to be compassionately truthful to you and hold you to your goals the whole time. If you don't have that person close to you, then reach out within the group and call for somebody. And then you know, go into Messenger with that group and make sure that you guys are conversing all the time. You know, I will add that if you're not on the Isagenix ANZ IsaBody page, or the IsaBody ANZ group Facebook page, that you need to be in that, and you can let me know and I'll place you in there. That's a beautiful page. It's amazing with all the results going through there and everybody, you know, journeying together.
And really celebrate the challenges that you get through. So if you, for example, for me, I just love the shit out of myself when I do a PB. Like, that really excites me. So find the little things that are going to show you that you've done better, and really, really love yourself for that and celebrate it, and share that with your accountability partner. It might be, hey, today I got through my entire run without walking, or I got an extra 500 meters done. Whatever it is that you're doing, just celebrate the shit out of it. That's what this is all about. Tell your accountability partner, and a great accountability partner will celebrate the shit out of you too.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Vice versa.
Yeah, I love that, and I really think that that's what we need a lot more in life, is that we actually need to really come into celebration of ourselves for all of our successes, because we are very quick to kick on ourselves when we do anything wrong, but we are very slow to celebrate ourselves and our successes, and no matter how small the success, yeah, like you might be fantastic at rocking out a 24-hour cleanse, and then you've done a 36, and you know, that's a big thing for a lot of people. So just get really, really great at celebrating yourself, because, you know, that's what the world needs a lot more of. And in Isagenix, let me tell you, we are amazing at celebrating each other. Now, what I'm going to ask you, like, what would be your thing to say to somebody who is just in an air of frustration? So somebody that's just, you know, really frustrated on their journey, you know, like what advice could you give that really frustrated person?
Yeah. Just breathe and know that it's just temporary. It's not permanent. It's going to change. So take a deep breath, regroup, reach out for someone, get some support, get some guidance, get some focus, plan some things out for yourself rather than leaving it up to some other, you know, hope or whatever. Give yourself some exact direction and guidance from other people. I think that's kind of,
That's beautiful. That's very teacher-like of you, must I say, Stacey. It's very teacher. Just breathe. It's okay. Like, it's like you're teaching your class. That's fine. That's very good, Stacey. There's another beautiful lady on here who's also a PE teacher. So I'm sure that whole advice, that whole just breathe through it, you know, like any roadblock that you may be experiencing anywhere through your, you know, through your challenge or through your life, is only ever temporary. And, you know, how amazing is it really in our, you know, our personal development journey, I guess, with our company, is that we're always taught that when we're in the midst of a breakdown, that the breakthrough is actually just knocking on the door. And so it's your job to get through that breakdown knowing that something amazing is actually coming. So I would encourage you, if you think that you're breaking down mid-cycle or wherever you are, just keep going. Like, tomorrow's your breakthrough day. Seriously. It is, right, Kat?
That's so true. Yeah. And I can honestly say I've been through the frustration, and it's just a matter of just chipping away, just bit by bit, continuing, taking a deep breath when it gets hard, and knowing that you're climbing a mountain, and the challenge is which rock's going to fall beneath you. There's going to be multiple rocks that fall beneath you, but you are each step still getting close to the summit, and you will get there. I've been through that in the last couple of months, and it's a beautiful feeling when you come through the other side. So,
awesome.
yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I actually literally did that in Bali. Walked to the top of this freaking huge mountain and I fell over lots. And so I can.
And you
and
probably felt frustrated.
Oh, I did. I felt a lot of emotion, let me tell you. And I cried when I got to the top because I was really proud of myself. And then I realized I also had to walk to the bottom. But and anyway, that's a whole nother story. So tell me, like, I know that you'll probably have lots because, us Isa for Lives have so many amazing favorite products. But okay, I'm going to break this question into like part A and part B. So every day, part A, favorite product.
Has to be one of the shakes. Absolutely. An isoline shake. Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Go without those.
What's your favorite flavor or favorite combo?
I still choc mint, one of the seasonal ones, choc mint and passion fruit.
Yeah. How excited are we that choc mint is back or temporarily out of stock right now? Just hold your horses. It'll be up in a minute. So all good.
I got 6 passion fruit instead.
Yeah. All right. So there was a stampede at the shop at Celebration when it came out, right? And okay. And then part B of that question, for people training, so let's give us part B. What's your favorite, performance product?
Definitely the e-shots. Yeah. And using those not 4 times a day, but just for your training program. So really maximizing the use of them rather than just dwindling them bit by bit. So, sorry, what I mean by that is if you have too many of them, they kind of lose their impact. So I really just hold them back and use them for training. One of the things I've heard and I've been doing more of is when you have it, actually let it sit and in your mouth, and there's more absorption through under your tongue. So let it go in there. Same with your ionics. Let that sit and really sit under the tongue. Yeah, and it absorbs that way as well.
Awesome. I do forget about that because I always like to take it in lots of water, but I have heard that before from Michael Colgan, who is like our chief real performance scientist. So because we get it in straight into the blood system sublingually, which means underneath the tongue. So thanks again for that tip. And then obviously, I guess where we are coming to an end. So again, I'm really honouring your time, and I love you. I seriously do. You know that. I love you in all things. I really want your muscles. Like I'm chasing your muscles hard. Because look, get up and flex them. She's even got a great 6-pack. So I'm chasing her hard. She is such an inspiration. But just give these guys that whole thing of really about just starting, completing and repeating, because I did explain Sarah McMing's story, and we're again in the same training group as Sarah. So we are so proud of her for winning the 16-week challenge. She is a super inspiration, but just explain that whole mindset of like, just start, complete, repeat, start, complete, repeat, like just continue on, right?
Yeah, continue on. Like I said, it was my 4th one that actually made a difference.
4th one. Did you hear that, people? Okay, hang on, stop for a second. This is the code word. The code word is 4. Go.
Some people, it's fewer. Some people will get it their first go. It just depends on how you understand the importance of your why and why you're doing it. So for me, I was so passionate about getting stronger for my pole dancing because that's what I love. And so that became my goal. It wasn't about the weight loss. It wasn't about the muscle building. It or the picture. It was something greater than just my body. And it was more about what I was capable of achieving. I could see the progress on the way. So if you can find something that's beyond just yourself, it could be having a half an hour of time, running around the backyard with your kids, or I don't know what it is for you guys, but find something that's yeah, something that you're really, really, really burning to just have and really focus on that. And it's different for everyone, completely different. But I just knew that I couldn't focus on how I looked. I just had to focus on what I could do.
Beautiful. Yeah, I love it. Like, and we have spoken, this group has spoken about really, really digging into that emotional reason instead of it just being this physicality, you know, or the tie to a number. It's really about tying it to the emotional reason of why we're changing. So yeah, that is just honestly amazingly beautiful. She does, like, before you jumped on, or maybe you were there but I didn't see you, I told them to go and stalk you on your Facebook page. So if you do get a few extra friends, like, just know that they're this group.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I think this will really please Megan and Anita and even Stacey to know that Katrina's just in Shepparton. So she is like a stone's throw away from us. My sister's in Seymour, so is Anita. And Stacey's just outside Broadford. So for us, that we are so close to Kat, you know, and I would strongly encourage you that when you get your friends and family who are really interested in what you're doing, gather them in one place. We invite this sexy, bloody, amazing bombshell down to your house, and she can flex her muscles in your freaking lounge room for your friends and say, this shit is for real. We can do that anyway with anybody else. We can, Kat, I'm like using your time now. We can just get her on a Zoom. Or until my muscles are as good as hers and I can do the same thing. So it's all good. Yeah.
I can honestly say my isogenics journey has been like this. It's been up and down, and I've just not quit because I know that this really is what's going to make the difference, and it has. It was just me, you know, finding the way to make it work for me. And Lisa, you'd be in the same. You've had great success, great transformation, and you're now searching for the right way to incorporate it into your training and to reach your goals, and you're doing that. So, you know, guys, if you feel stuck, don't give up. This is the solution. I can't tell you how much that it's just made a massive difference in my training. And I know that when you get it right, it's going to be the thing that takes you to where you want to be. I know that 100%. Yeah.
Beautiful. You are freaking awesome. You're an amazing rock star. Not only can you pole dance, but you have amazing muscles. And she is also a school teacher. Wouldn't like, if you've got like a teenage son, like, they would just love her to be like, you know, their PE teacher. They would. But if there is anybody that wants to jump online, shouldn't have said that, Kat. But if there's anybody that wants to jump online and ask Kat questions, you know, or just honour her for her time and her chat with us, then feel free to come off mute and just share some love with her, or ask her any questions. So, Stace, you might even want to ask her how, you know, you guys can chat through chat and talk about school days, you know, and how you get through with shitty kids and stuff like that. So, and if anybody wants to talk to Kat, just come off mute. No, you're all so quiet. Okay, no worries. So we're just gonna honor you, Kat, and say thank you very much, gorgeous, for jumping on. Thank you for saying yes when we were on the plane today on the way back from Brisbane. Thank God we were on the same plane. And then also thank you very much to Megs, do you want to say something?
Oh, no, I was just saying that maybe Anita and myself, we've just added another 4 girls to our little group today. We should organise a little pole dancing lessons up in Chef. That would be awesome and funny.
Yeah, why not? Seriously, why not? You know, this is one of the you know, also one of the greatest things about what we do in this company, and is the new friends that you will meet along the way. You know, so it's amazing that Kat and I, if it wasn't for Isogenics, would never have met each other. So, you know, it's been 3 years of an amazing friendship, or almost 3 years of an amazing friendship and shared goals of lots of things in both fitness, health, and business. So, yeah, why not? Seriously, if you resonate through somebody that this is like from my heart to your heart. if you're resonating, you're just vibing with somebody who is on our support pages, like in ISA Help, and you just love their energy, send them a friend request and just say, you know what, I love your energy, I love your vibe, and start chatting, because not only in this company will you find outstanding, physical, physical, emotional, and, that raft of, transformation, but you will just find the most amazing friendships and support from people that outside of Isogenics you would never have been able to meet. So I encourage you to get in touch with people that you're vibing with.
I mean, at the moment, as you, Kat was saying, like I had been trying to push past the 80, get into the 70s, and everything shows that I should be there. I've had to take off my wedding ring because they keep on falling off. I'm downsizing. But like Lisa reminded me, I'm training with a professional trainer now, Anita and I. And I was so frustrated because I just can't push past this 80 mark. And then I did my BMI test, and I'm only like four points away from being to a normal weight. So I took the 80 away and then said I'm really close to that BMI healthy. So I'll get there.
And that's the biggest takeaway that I've had in this last 4 years is those bloody scales seriously do my head in the sense that I'm heavier now than what I was when I started Isogenics. And I'm okay with that because I'm functioning, and I'm just having everything that is right that I need in my life. So it's not the number that defines you. It's what are the other factors there. And I know that I can totally relate. You just want that number to change, but it probably has. And it's just because your body composition's changed. We've got scales are just dumb. Sorry, that's just my opinion. They're dumb.
My BMI changed, so I was just wrapped in.
That's it. Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah. And I know that we have goals that are number related, but let's go beyond the numbers too. And you have. Yeah. Even if you can get a body scan done, they're incredible.
Yeah, that's another thing we'll talk to Lisa about. My girls are interested in getting one of those done, so
yeah. And focus on the change that happens there, not the change on just the scales by themselves. Yeah,
absolutely. I think we can all agree that we can start this hashtag, like hashtag scales are dumb. That should be like our when we and why don't we celebrate? Like we really should learn to celebrate non-scale victories much more than scale victories. And the wedding, things I hear all the time that people really don't celebrate enough. My wedding rings fit me. My jeans are falling off. Somebody messaged me and said the fairies have been in their undies drawer. Their undies don't fit them anymore. I'm sleeping through the night. I have more energy. I don't yell at my kids as much. I love my life. I love my husband. I don't want to kill him anymore. We have ice at the lights before we go to bed. We learn at celebration that makes you randy. Or that you can go to the toilet properly. I mean, come on, seriously. Why don't we take stock of all of those amazing results instead of, being tied to and being, as you said, Kat, defined and only finding our self-worth in a number. It's crazy. It's crazy as a human being that we are defined by a number. And now, Megan, and I'm just going to tell people, we have got German in our genes, right? So we are strong oxen women because we have German genes, which means that we are like men. So when we start training, we put on muscle mass very easily. And when we take Isogenics, we just blow that up by lots. So, understand who you are and what your body's like, and hashtag scales are dumb. Yeah.
Scales are dumb.
They are.
Yeah.
I mean, all that is telling you your gravitational pull.
Yeah.
It's not. It's just weighing how much gravitation is pulling your body mass down to the ground.
Yeah, that's right. And so that's why, Kat, if you guys have sent me your scales pictures, I'll say to you, that's great, but how do you feel? Because I'm more wanting you guys to get in touch with the emotional reason, like the emotion behind it. So I think numbers are great. Like if numbers are, because that's what we're unfortunately measuring our, that financial incentive behind in the challenge. But I will actually always ask you how you're feeling, because I want the feeling, not the number. So, yeah. All right.
And the flip side too is, even though my scales, I'm heavier than what I was when I started, I still fit into 90% of my clothes still. I guess the ones I don't fit into are the upper body ones, and that's because I've just put on muscle. So
that's it. Everybody knows that Isogenics works when you put your jeans on and you start to run, and then you look like you pooed your pants, right? Because they keep falling down. It's terrible. And you're kind of in between that space of jeans, and you don't want to get new ones. You don't want to, like, you fit into your jeans really well if you chuck them in the dryer, but as soon as you put them on, you start running, you look like you pooed your pants. So I think we can all agree that happens with Isogenics. So. All right, lovelies. If anybody has anything else to say to Kat, come on. Actually, you know what? I'm going to unmute all of you so you can just tell her. Hang on 2 seconds.
Actually, before you go, sorry, Kat, I'm going to jump in. I just want to congratulate Anita. Unmute her.
I'm trying. Hang on a second. Hang on.
Where is she?
Unmute all.
Hey,
Yep.
ladies, just what Anita has signed up 3 beautiful women into our group this week, and it's super exciting. So congrats, Anita.
Well done, Anita.
Thanks.
I'm gutted that you were on standby when we were in Brisbane, because she would have loved our celebration, Kat. So anyway.
Well, we're hoping to plan to visit the Melbourne one.
Yeah, I've got some dates for you, so that's all good. So if anybody else too is
sorry,
close, that's all right. I'm going to hijack that for a second. If anybody else is close to us in Melbourne and really wants to understand what we are actually all about, other than this focus on weight management, because Isogenics is a health and wellness company, and it's a beautiful family of support. So if anybody else really wants to see this support community, please get in touch with me, and I will let you know when our next event is in May, and we can all just come along and vibe together. And Kat's actually competing the day after our Super Saturday, so she will be in peak condition. She will be there, and brown. She'll be like comp tan brown, but you can come and seek her out and have a photo. So that's really exciting. And she won't be crazy carb depleted, because she's not one of those athletes that like just eat broccoli forever. So yeah, all good.
That'll be super exciting. We'll organise our pole dancing lessons from you.
Awesome. All right. So show us some love. Say thank you, Kat. Show us some love.
Thank you, Kat.
Thank you, Kat.
Thank you, Kat.
Yeah.
All good. Thank you.
Lovely. It's been, again, an amazing pleasure, and thank you so much for helping these ladies understand that they are perfectly perfect in their journey. Never to be stuck, never to be frustrated, to clear themselves of their can't do attitude and only look at what and focus on their can. So, beautiful. Night, everybody. See ya.
Night.
Bye.